Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra is said to be one of the best available smartphones out there. This phone has some super features as well as some disadvantages. One major disadvantage being its availability. The phone is only available for people living in China. However, people can import this phone to their country, paying extra money in the form of fees or taxes. So, in today's video, let's have a comprehensive look at the pros and cons of the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra. If you live in China, you can experience the advantages and disadvantages of this phone. Whereas if you're not from China, you can learn what you're missing unless you're willing to import it. So, let's jump into today's video. The general specifications of the Xiaomi Mi 10 are really good, putting it in competition with major smartphones such as OnePlus 8 Pro, Galaxy S20 Plus, Oppo Find X2 Pro, etc. This phone has a 6.67-inch AMOLED screen with a punch hole cutout which refreshes at 120 Hz. Mi 10 Ultra is considered an upgrade to the Mi 10 Pro, which already had quite an excellent display. The screen of the Mi 10 Ultra is now able to support true 10-bit color, making it able to display up to 1 billion colors. The processor for this phone is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 with Adreno 650 graphics processing unit. The camera is the first and foremost important feature to consider on the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra. It comes with an excellent quad camera array, having the ability to take intense and high contrast images. The main features of the camera include 120x zoom, the ability to capture white balance, autofocus, good performance in low light, noise reduction, dual LED dual-tone flash, panorama, HDR, etc. The quad camera at the rear hosts 48 megapixel main, 48 megapixel 5x periscope zoom, 20 megapixel ultra-wide lens, and 12 megapixel 2x telephoto, and the selfie cam comes with 20 megapixels. Videos taken by the rear camera come in at 8K at 24 frames per second, 4K at 60 frames per second, and 1080p at 960 frames per second. Front cam videos can be taken at 1080p at 30 frames per second and 720p at 120 frames per second. The autofocus, usually a great feature, is not efficient at times. In some cases, the user needs to hold the phone perfectly still in order to focus, specifically while using the 120x zoom feature. The Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra uses a 4500 mAh battery, which can be charged either wirelessly or with a wired charger. It supports 120-watt wired charging, 50-watt wireless charging, and 10-watt reverse wireless charging. Coming with the phone is a charger, a USB-C cable, a 3.5mm adapter, and a transparent silicone case. People wanting the 55-watt wireless charger offered by Xiaomi would have to buy it separately. Xiaomi claims the Mi 10 Ultra's battery can be charged fully within 23 minutes using the wired charger. Within 5 minutes, it's said it can gain 41% of its battery life. And using a wireless charger, the time for a full charge is 40 minutes. The Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra uses the latest version of Xiaomi's software, the MIUI 12. When compared to the latest Android OS Android 10, the MIUI 12 is considered colorful and attractive. Even though the MIUI 12 looks good, the overall speed as well as the core functionality is not as good as Android. MIUI 12 can't be accessed easily by everyone, and as such, Android is a better option. The Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra's design is very good. It is a big phone, literally in every dimension. However, having a bigger phone requires a bigger pocket and larger hands. The dimensions are 162.3 by 75.1 by 9.5 millimeters. In inches, that's 6.93 by 2.96 by 0.31. The phone weighs in at 221.8 grams, or about a half a pound. Xiaomi uses Gorilla Glass not only on the front, but also the back. On the front is Gorilla Glass 5, whereas in the back, Gorilla Glass 6 is used. The phone's frame is aluminum. The phone comes with a sandwich design, aluminum rails and curved glass on both sides. The display is full-sized with a punched hole in the top left corner, along with a speaker grill on the glass. The left side of the phone has no buttons, whereas the right side hosts the volume rocker and a power button. On the bottom is a USB-C port, the main speaker, and a dual SIM card tray and a microphone. On the top, there's an IR blaster and 2 microphones. The design feels very smooth and comfortable in the hand due to the rounded rear glass and the side rails. In the transparent edition, the internal parts are visible, making it one of a kind in that way. The transparent look also has been seen in the Xiaomi Mi 10, which looks and feels like a premium smartphone. The Mi 10 Ultra has a fingerprint sensor, accelerometer, gyro, proximity sensor, compass, and a barometer. Based on the storage, there are 4 models available, which are 8 gigs RAM with 128 gig internal memory, 8 gig RAM with 256 gig internal memory, 12 gig RAM with 256 gig internal memory, and 16 gigs RAM with 512 gigs internal memory. It's available in 3 colors, which are obsidian black, mercury silver, and transparent. The cost of the phone in China depends on the package selected. 8 gigs RAM with 128 gig internal memory costs 5,299 Chinese yen, about $760. The 8 gig RAM with 256 gig internal memory comes in at 5,599 Chinese yen, that's about $805. For 12 gigs RAM with 250 gig internal memory, you can expect to pay 5,999 Chinese yen, or $865. And for 6,999 Chinese yen, about $1,010, you can get 16 gig RAM with 500 gig internal memory model. For those living outside China, importing the top-end model with 16 gigs of RAM and 500 gigs of internal memory would cost about $1,350, including taxes and fees. Let's take a look at the pros and cons of the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra. First, the advantages. It has a brilliant 120 Hz display. It's considered one of the fastest charging smartphones currently on the market. The quad camera has some super features, including 120 times zoom. The build quality and design are very unique. The performance is very good, making it a contender among the best smartphones from other countries. Alright, so now let's look at some of the phone's downsides. The MIUI 12 OS is not as efficient as Android, and not everyone will feel comfortable with that. The camera's night mode, which should be an excellent feature, is not up to par. The phone heats up very quickly while charging. While most of the Xiaomi phones have heat issues, most people are concerned about that. Availability is limited to China. Therefore, people outside China would have to pay more to get their hands on this smartphone. IP certification is not available, making it vulnerable to water and dust. In this price range, Apple and Samsung are known to provide water and dirt-resistant mobile phones. Our conclusion is that the Xiaomi Mi 10 Ultra is a good smartphone with many pleasing features. The overall performance is good, so it competes well with the best phones in class. The excellent camera arrangement, high-speed charging, good performance, etc. make it the best phone in this price range. It would be even better if it had an IP rating, resolved its heat issues, and was available worldwide. Overall, this is a good phone rather than excellent, especially in light of its disadvantages.